That man said, I don't cheat.
Oh my!
YouTube, y'all, what's good with y'all, man? This King Dooms, and I know it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I uploaded a video, especially something like this. But with everything that's going on as far as like in my life and pertaining to the 2K League and 2K in general, honestly, it's been a lot of blessings. So if you follow me on Twitter, you should know by now that I did make it into the draft pool for season 4 of the 2K League. It's a great feeling. It's ecstatic, and it's every day. Every day I wake up, it doesn't even feel real. But like when I think about it and everything that I do, it's something that crosses my mind daily, all the time, like nonstop. So a lot of people have reached out to me on a positive note and just congratulating me, just going crazy over Twitter, texting me, calling me. And I appreciate all that from everybody that's took the time out to do that for me, because like y'all, a lot of y'all know me. If y'all been following the YouTube for a long time, like I'm super chill, I'm super mellow, I keep to myself, and I'm very tight with the people in my circle. And you know, I don't let a lot of people in. And it means a lot for people that understand that and that can relate to that. And those are the people that you generate that bridge with. And they know who they are. Everybody that I rock with, everybody that I talk to on Twitter daily, it's definitely appreciated. But so as far as this video, I'm gonna have it on the screen right now. I'm actually put on the screen right now to be exact. Eclipse, he reached out to me for some questions pertaining to the 2K League, congratulating me on making the pool. You see the questions, or not the questions, but you see like the screenshot right here saying that these are the questions, and I can send them to him in the email, all that. So shout out to Eclipse for reaching out to me for this. I do plan on doing podcasts. Well, not even plan. Like I had podcasts scheduled pertaining, like telling people about myself, more people getting to know me, because definitely not everybody knows me. Like as far as like people in the league, everybody in the community, like I don't have that mindset of people of assuming that people should already know who I am, because that's very, what's the word? That'd be very dumb to have that mindset, in which I can't see anybody having, because you know, especially playing prom, not everybody knows you like that, because prom is probably the smallest community in the 2K community. So it's hard for everybody to know you outside of you doing good in the 2K League and being prestigious and winning tournaments and all that. To that extent, yeah. So I'll keep it at that. Like if you're not really winning, then a lot of people aren't going to know you, or they're not even going to try to get to know you. And I learned that like off winning my first ever tournament, and that was winning the Blazers gaming tournament to secure the draft spot. And that's when a lot of people reached out, and that's how it works. But I knew that ahead of time. I knew that ever since 2K17. Like it's always been about winning. That's how you get known in Pro-Am. And so we're here now. So now I won a tournament. So now let's see what we can do going into this draft pool, getting my name out there more, and of course accepting all interviews when that time comes. Doing podcasts as much as possible, which I'm completely comfortable with doing. 2 people have reached out to me for podcasts. I know I have one scheduled for December 19th. And the other one I haven't scheduled yet, but I will get that scheduled eventually. And y'all will see those in the future as well, because I do want this content on my channel, and of course to help me get my name out there towards people that follow the 2K League, because this is the first time ever for me. So from Eclipse, reading the questions now, he has 13 of them for me, so I'm gonna just be simple and read them straight down the list. If I have anything to elaborate on, then I will do that. And y'all see me looking down like I'm looking down at the questions. It ain't like I rehearsed. This is freestyle, like live. Y'all gonna hear me stutter and all that. So, but the first one, name and gamer tag. My name is Devontae Davis. Gamer tag CKZ King Dooms over on Xbox, and King X Dooms 2 underscores on PlayStation. I really wish I can get the original names, but at the time, people definitely took the names, and just it was nothing I could really do about it. But I definitely wish there was something that could be done about it, because people don't use they don't use those original names anymore. Like I go to the accounts just to on some board stuff, and like they're not active. Like I look at the trophies, achievements, it's not active. It's just people, I guess, standing. You could say stand. That was stands. They just took the names. But number two, where are you from and what is it like there? So I'm from Wichita, Kansas. Been there for 19 years. It's definitely urban. It's very urban, very low class, I would say. Just off my experience growing up, I'm not gonna say it was hard times because I made the most of my situation from how my mother raised me, the way that she raised me. Like you have to pay attention to who you surround yourself with, and if you know that it's bad influence, bad intentions, then the rest of your life is going on a bad narrow path. So that stuck with me to this day, based off what I was around in Wichita, Kansas. It was definitely some good. I surrounded myself with the good, definitely, and I'm forever grateful for that. Like I know I stayed active in sports. My first love was basketball, and then I made football like my outlet. Football and gaming was my outlet. Football, gaming, and working out. Those were my outlets to get away from all the negativity back in Wichita. Because football is heavy there, basketball is too, of course, but those are the escape routes right there. And I'm forever grateful to have those opportunities to play in those sports growing up, and having people in my corner to keep my head straight, because they knew deep down it was about gaming for me. And I tell them to this day, like, this is where I'm at now. Like, this is what I want to make a career out of. So that's what it was like there. So you had to pay attention to who you were around, because based off who you was around, that determines your future. It's a lot of people that are still involved within games. I always say I always say that's kind of the tough things, because some people are born into that lifestyle, and they don't have a choice. That's something that a lot of people have to understand. If you're involved with like the gang life, you honestly don't have a choice. That's something that I saw. And that's me being real with y'all watching this. Uh, you really truly don't. And if you can relate to that, then you understand. So I'm just blessed that I wasn't that I had that choice though, to not even be around it at all. And that's credit to my mother. So number three, how was your life growing up? So that kind of leads off from number two. It was like I'm not gonna say it was easy or hard. It was just, as long as I had to have common sense early and a lot of things, dealing with people when I wasn't around my family. It's a lot of knuckleheads out there. It's a lot of bonehead people that are looking for quick come ups, and you had to keep your head on the swivel for that. People looking for a quick buck by any means. So I remember dealing with this in middle school. So I grew up fast. I definitely grew up super fast, and I feel like I would say I was fully mature. Like, as far as like dealing with people in high school and not being finesse, that was around like senior year, because I wanted to make sure that I got done like with everything in school, get all my credits, and have all that, and just focus on the next chapter of my life, and which was moving, because the next goal was to move out of Wichita, Kansas, in which I did, in which I'll get to later on. And I just had to keep my head for it. I just had to keep my head straight. Um, I was heavy on myself as far as schoolwork. I hate homework. I despise having to go home and work on school. I'm like, when I go home, I wanna go home, relax, play the game, and just chill out. So That was me. So I made sure I did what was best for my situation, which you could say is selfish, but I feel like it benefited me to this day, being selfish for my benefit, and that's something that I encourage a lot of people to do for real. So it was pretty neutral growing up in my life. It wasn't too hard. It wasn't too easy. Just I knew what I had to do to get by. So number four, what made you get into 2K and how long have you been playing Pro Am? I got into 2K, the very first one on Dreamcast in 1999. 1999, I was what, 7, 8 years old. Like I said, I think I said it earlier. I've been playing video games since I was 2 years old. So, and my first love was like Super Mario, Tekken. Those were my first loves right there. So, 2K, my mother. She used to play basketball herself. She was actually pregnant with me playing basketball, and that kind of like sparked my interest into it. And then just off going to school, being in after school programs, that's what like okay, this is what my mother used to do. Let me get myself more involved in basketball, and plus it was just being active and having something to do after school, staying out of trouble. So that's kind of off topic, but that's kind of like what sparked the love, everything for basketball, and that includes 2K. So 2K, I played in a lot of like in-person tournaments. It was a lot of like head-to-head tournaments, like on the Dreamcast and going into PlayStation, Xbox Original, PS2 is what I meant by PlayStation. Then 360, then PS3. It was a lot of like tournaments back in Wichita growing up, and I played in a lot of them. I played in all of them. Sometimes I played for people, and just it was just that feeling of having people watching you like just going crazy in the video game that you love playing, that you had the understanding in. And I was like, this is something I definitely can see myself doing even when I'm older. So this is like 13-year-old me, 12-year-old me telling myself I can do this even when I'm grown, and here we are, like trying to get into the 2K league, doing this professionally. So it's kind of crazy how all that has aligned itself. And how long have you been playing Pro Am? Been playing Pro Am from the beginning. It's all over my YouTube. It's all over my Twitch. If people want to go back as far as to 2K16, you're going to see tons of Pro Am gameplay all over my channels, like and nonstop. Like some are doing my full game, some are chopped up, but Pro Am was like it's basically my channel. What my channel used to be in a way, because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been solely focused on uploading and recording, and I've been feeling streaming a lot more. So streaming has been a way for me lately. But like I said, you can go back on the YouTube and like the resume speaks for itself as far as how long I've been playing Pro Am, my love for it, how often I used to upload it, the people we used to play, the intense comp games, the voiceovers, hearing everybody in the party chats. Like my love for Pro Am is definitely real, and it's definitely there. So here's number five. How would making the league better your life or your family's life? Now, it would better my family's life. I'm gonna speak on them first. It would better their life because it was kind of tough for them to see me making a living off of this, and it's hard to convince people making a living off this when you don't have nothing to show for it. It's definitely tough. But now that I'm like one step closer, in order to that, in order to obtain that evidence to them, I feel like it would be strongly impactful on them, because especially to my little brother. My little brother, he plays 2K as well. He talks about the 2K league. He's in my streams as well, talking about everything. Like it broke me down when he called me the day that I won the tournament, the second time, because I cried twice. But it broke me down, and then it would serve as good intentions and being a good role model for him as well, in my opinion, because that would give him something to strive for, that I would strongly encourage him in doing, because he's actually good at the game, and I would want him to go for something like this, because we talk about 2K all the time. Every time he come and visits me, I go and see them. It's always about 2K, 2K this, 2K that, and that shows the bridge, the connection that me and him have based over this mode. So, like I said, I would definitely expect it to be strongly impactful. My mother supports me. My entire immediate family supports me on this, and they was excited hearing about this. Now, for it to benefit my life, it would benefit my life easily just off my day job. I don't complain about what I usually about my work at all. Like, cause I'm a delivery driver for Amazon, and I have no complaints about the job. And it's something I haven't told them about. I wouldn't honestly want to tell them unless I'm actually drafted, because then I feel like that would make me look dumb. It would make me look stupid, like telling them about this, and then I don't get drafted, and now I'm still there. So, and I believe in jinxes and karma and all that stuff. And I'm one of them type of people, honestly. So it's tough for me to talk to my job about that, honestly. I'm just going to the home screen. I'm tired of that screen switching. I'll just leave it right there for 2K. So, like I was saying, it would be tough for me to talk to them about that unless I'm already drafted, and then that's when we talk about moving on from that job, and which is my intentions, because I want to do something that I love, and that's playing the game, playing 2K, and then making a living. Like, that's, I mean, that sounds like the ultimate goal. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? And that's where I'm at with that. Let me change this lighting because y'all really can't see my face neither. My apologies. Okay, that's way better. I don't know why I had it like that the whole time. So yeah, that's how I feel it would make my life better. Just move on from my current job. I love it, but I'd rather do something that I love and get paid to do something that I love. It's just that would just shoot my passion like super way up, like my motivation to be a better person, to be this better role model to my brother, to be more of myself than what I expect. Number 6, what type of player will a team get if they draft you? You'll get somebody that cracks jokes. No. See, I gotta stop playing. I play too much, bro. I gotta stop playing. But on a serious note, just like the first thing about me that people will recognize is my sense of humor. Like, just lighten the mood. I'm not really on that, like, always being sad. Like, if I feel like you're sad or anything like that, I'm gonna go out my way to understand you and just make sure that you're at that level, like, where I know you'll laugh if I crack a joke to make you feel better. That's the type of person I am. Very understanding. I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to you before I even try to talk over you or anything. Like, if somebody says something and I hear their voice, but I feel like I didn't hear them clearly, I'm going to ask them to repeat themselves. I have no problem with repeating myself, vice versa, in that manner. And you just want all communications to be established by any means. That's what you get if a team drafts me. Somebody that's understanding, that'll listen, that's also punctual. Because I've witnessed it. I'm not gonna say, but I've witnessed people not being punctual, and I know that can be annoying. Just know I'm a witness. Not see, I gotta stop playing. This is serious, though. It's serious. Nah, but yeah, understanding. I listen and I'm punctual. So I feel like that's a good enough like criteria around my character. Like, for a team to like me outside of my skills in 2K, I feel like those are like some needed assets to be a part of a team, because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to have to deal with headaches and people that have bad attitudes. I'm not on none of that. Like, I'm 28 years old. I'm a grown man. Like, I know my intentions. I know what it is that I want out in life, and I just want to continue to enjoy it. This is another outlet for me to enjoy that in that manner, and getting paid to play 2K and for the love of the game, the love of Pro-Am. So I just ready to take it to the next level by any means and accepting everything that comes with it. Now, number 7. Any other passions outside of 2K? Gears. I love Gears. Gears is my game. I love Gears of War. Like that's probably my favorite series outside of 2K that I'm like super passionate about. And it's crazy that I'm in this situation for 2K, but I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I should have been in this situation for Gears, trying to go pro for Gears. As much as I played it growing up, playing in game battles, playing in tournaments, playing in seasons, all that stuff. Like, I just love that game. Like, it's just something about it. I'm definitely the instinctive type of player, like that reacts to certain situations, and Gears is that game. Like, if something bad just instantly happens, and then it's just reaction. That's me. Like, that's my thrill right there. So that's something that I'm definitely passionate about. Um, I'm passionate about sports, of course, like basketball. I follow my favorite teams, the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard, McCollum, all them, that squad. Um, Football as well, Carolina Panthers, even though we sorry right now, it's bad. But my love for the Panthers was because of Steve Smith. Steve Smith, the wide receiver, like that was my dude growing up. Like, I was tuned into every game watching him growing up. So that was my love. That's my passions right there. And number 8, favorite NBA player of all time, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was my favorite player. Definitely supported him. Watched I ain't gonna say all his games, but I enjoyed watching him the most ever since he got drafted in '03, and that was been my favorite player. I remember watching the finals in '06 when they played the Mavericks, and that was probably his greatest like performance ever. Like, he just went super crazy. But Wade is definitely my favorite NBA player of all time. Number 9, compare your game to any NBA player. Uh, Zach Randolph, big body and love to shoot. That's all I can really say. Big body and love to shoot, man. That's Zebo. That would be me. Number 10, favorite NBA 2K League player if you have one. Ooh, man, this is bait. This is bait. I'm trying to think of all teams. Mm, y'all know I'm a sharp at heart, so I pay attention to the sharps a lot. My top, it's hard to decide because this was his first year, but he went crazy, and I respect the hell out of him. But after his performance, after how he was just killing it in season 3, definitely Reese mode for the Raptors. Reese. Number 9, compare your game to any NBA. Hold on. No. We ain't on 9. See, I'm off track already. We on number 11. That was number 10. Number 11. What was your first initial feeling when you won the league tourney? I cried. I instantly cried. Like, the feelings. I gotta put my phone down for this one because I still remember everything vividly. So, like, the feelings, it just came out. It was just the feelings it just spewed. It just came out. Just everything hit me at once. All the negative feedback. Everybody that showed love. Everybody that was against me. Everybody that was with me. It all hit me at once, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't. I felt like I had to cry, and it's a feeling that I'll never forget, ever. Um, Even if I don't make the draft, or yeah, even if I don't get drafted, that day is something I'll never forget. I'll never forget because that feeling, like, it solidified me for myself, like, just how much love that I have for all this, like how much I sacrificed for this to win the league tourney, how much how much I had to lie to my job, bro. Like, if I can't even explain it. Famous talked about it in his previous video. Like, I had to lie to play in that tournament that day that I won. So that kind of that feeling is like that's a bad look, Devontae Nez, but you did what you had to do. Like that's what I feel like something is saying to me as far as like making it better for myself in life. So the feeling is unreal. It's still unreal to me now. Me and HG, we talk about it to this day. In the Discord, we just it's just sacrifice. When you sacrifice so much for something that you want, it hits different. And like it was live too. Like people heard my voice in Eli's stream, and like you just heard my voice just completely change. And I couldn't fake. I couldn't. It wasn't fake or nothing. Like that was really me. And like I rarely show emotion as is. Like I come off as that type of person. But sacrifices and putting in the time and playing this game as much as I have for that moment, that solidified myself to me. Like Devontae Nez, you really achieve something that you sacrifice for, and that's something that somebody can't take away from you. Now it is one step before the big goal, the one and only goal, and getting drafted, but it's close. It's closer than where I have been the past 3 years. So it's humbling. It's humbling too. Even though I had a lot to say, like that's just me. That's just me being real in this video right now to everybody. Like, just being super honest with everybody. So, just we gotta continue forward. We gotta continue forward. That's all I can say now. That's my feeling with it. And I'm also just I'm glad I ain't gotta play no more league tournaments. It was just hell, just dealing with like me and Coach's schedule was bad. Having to leave work early, thinking I was gonna get fired that day, and I'm like, you don't make it nowhere in life unless you take a risk. Yeah, you don't make it nowhere in life unless you take a risk, and that's what I kept telling myself that day, that night before, because it was a last minute decision for me to call off work, and actually to lie about being off work to get off work. So yeah, it's a humbling feeling, and a feeling I'll never forget. Number 12, since you made the pool, how are you preparing for the combine? Just getting reps in, just playing 2K as much as possible. Looking for the right builds. This kind of goes back to what I said in the beginning. Like for me, not uploading as much. I haven't uploaded anything because I feel like I haven't found the right build for my liking. And I'm still just I'm labbing every day and I'm playing every day. So I feel like that's the best way to prepare yourself for the combine is to stay fresh on 2K. Like I haven't even bought any other games for my P5. I haven't bought any other games outside of what I've already had from PS4. But like it's just been 2K. Like I'm locked in on this super. I haven't bought any other games. 2K is all I've been playing, and I just want to stay fresh as possible for the combine when it's time. I don't know what to expect. I wonder how they're going to do it. I don't know if it's going to be the same as last year, like with just people that's in the pool and like they just throw you in there like random matchmaking, or if they're going to pick teams and just play against each other, which is how I think it's going to be, in my opinion. But we'll see. Whatever it is, I'll be prepared for, and I can't wait. Now, this is the last question or last statement. Any information you want to say, like social media, shout outs or something. So, like I said, definitely shout out to Eclipse for hitting me up for this. Forever Gaming, that's his business or brand or whole organization. I appreciate them reaching out to me. Just all my social media is the same. Like every single anything social media that I use, like I use Snapchat. I use Facebook, but that's more personal. Twitter, of course, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all that. Everything is King X Dunes with 2 eyes. You see it in the overlay up top that keeps switching. Everything is King X Dunes with 2 eyes. I use Twitter the most, more than anything, and that's where I'm at majority of the time doing this, or like just being social in that manner. Just the shout out just shout out to everybody that watches this video and like takes the time out, because I know it's gonna be a long video. It's just how I'm feeling. Like, in people in the 2K League and all the teams, hopefully take the time out of getting to know me talking about myself, them taking the time out to understand me and hear me out. Because like I said in the beginning, like I don't expect everybody to know me. So I know I have to go out my way. I have to go out my way and making sure that they hear me, that they find out who I am. That's my job to do that. So just everybody that rocks with me, I appreciate it, man. HG, when we won the league tourney, all them boys that gave me a chance. It was just, I don't even know the words for it. Like, I'm getting overwhelmed thinking about it. Like, I put out a free agent post for the P4. Colt put out a post the next day saying they need a shooting guard, and it went on from there. And now he back in the pool, and now this is my first time in the pool. So I'm forever grateful for that them 2 days, for me putting out that tweet and Colt responding to the tweet. So yeah, of course my CKZ boys, I've been getting with them for years, all of them. Jay, Shy, D-Man, TK, Trid. I know I'm gonna forget people. Snowman, my dog Trap. Everybody, Gecko, Frantic, Beanie Man, Money. Just everybody, man, and everybody that supports me on my streams. I've been streaming over there. I've been streaming on my Twitch daily as well, if y'all want to check it out. All 2K League teams, GMs, managers, if y'all watching this, like, I would encourage y'all to like go back on my Twitch and then go back on games. I have games highlighted. Like, I wouldn't necessarily go back to the past broadcasts unless you choose to do that. I can't stop you. But I have games highlighted based off 21 for current gen. And y'all already know the whole deal. Like, the tournaments is starting. The tournament starts soon on next gen. So hopefully y'all be in the streams for those. So appreciate everybody taking their time out for this video. I know it's probably a 30-minute video. It says 38 and counting for me right now, but yeah, it'll probably be shorter though, 'cause I know some parts I know some things I had to edit out. I'm just making sure I don't forget anything. That's all, man. Looking forward to the team interviews. Yes, I'm looking forward to the team interviews. Whoever reaches out to me, I hope everybody does. Everybody that needs a sharp, somebody, everybody, yeah, that needs that 2 guard, or if they see me play center, like, look at me as a 6-man backup center or something like that, man. Like, I'm not God Almighty. I do believe in my skill set as a sharp or a big. I do believe in my skill set, but I understand. Like I said, I'm the understanding type. And if you need me to come in and be this, that's what it is. As simple as that. So, King Doings, man. If you're new to the channel, if you want to go back and watch all the pro-owned games and all that, you can go back on the channel, show love, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.